Embrace the unknown and dive deep into the waters of the spirit. What follows is a deep dive into the ancestral technique to awaken your spiritual eye. This mystical ability, said to be lost to most of modern humanity, is the key to unlocking perceptions beyond the physical world, allowing us to see the hidden truths of the universe and connect with our higher self. Let's explore this magical practice and discover how it can transform your life in unimaginable ways. Since time immemorial, the spiritual eye, also known as the third eye, has been a central piece in the spiritual and esoteric traditions of various cultures. In Hinduism, it is called ajna, and in Buddhism, it is often related to intuitive vision and deep wisdom. But what about you? Are you ready to awaken this dormant capability within yourself? First, let's understand the location and symbolism of the spiritual eye. The third eye is widely associated with the pineal gland, a small gland located at the center of the brain, shaped like a tiny pine cone. It is interesting to note that many ancient civilizations, such as the Egyptians and even Plato, referred to the pineal gland as the seat of the soul, or the center of our connection with the divine. But what is the true power of this small gland? And more importantly, how can we activate it? The spiritual eye represents the ability to see beyond the visible and connect with the invisible. It is through this eye that we access pure intuition, spiritual visions, and a deeper understanding of existence. However, most of us keep this door closed, obscured by the noise of daily life and material concerns. The most fundamental practice to awaken the spiritual eye is meditation. But not simply sitting and quieting the mind. It is a focused meditation directed at activating the pineal gland. Ancient spiritual instructors recommended fixing attention on the point between the eyebrows and imagining a radiant light there. During this practice, we can incorporate specific mantras that vibrate at the frequency of the pineal gland, such as Om, which is said to emit a resonance that activates this spiritual center. In my own journeys, I have encountered reports of people experiencing vivid dreams, visions of light, and profound spiritual realizations while following this dedicated practice. The most common experience is the sensation of pressure or a gentle pulsation in the area between the eyebrows, signaling that energy is flowing to this point. But meditation is just the beginning. To deepen this connection, we need to incorporate other practices and discipline. Diet, for example, plays a crucial role. The pineal gland can be calcified and blocked by the excessive consumption of fluoride and other chemicals present in our modern diet. Reducing these toxins, along with practicing intermittent fasting, can help decalcify it and allow it to function at its full potential. Another essential element is the use of crystals. Yes, crystals possess natural energies that can aid in activating the third eye. Among the most recommended are amethyst, selenite, and lapis lazuli. Placing these crystals on the point between the eyebrows during meditation can amplify the energy directed at the pineal gland. Personally, by introducing these practices into my daily routine, I began to notice mental clarity and a sense of connection with the universe that previously seemed unattainable. Increased intuition, subtle perceptions of the environment, and even experiences of telepathic communication. Additionally, breathing practices significantly corroborate this journey. The Kundalini yogic breathing technique, for example, emphasizes raising the Kundalini energy along the chakras, finally reaching the third eye. This intense and disciplined breathing practice is not for the faint of heart, but the results can be truly transformative. And we must not forget the power of dreams. Dreams are the language of the subconscious, and an awakened spiritual eye often results in more lucid dreams or even astral travel. I highly recommend keeping a dream journal. Write down every detail you remember upon waking. Over time, you will begin to notice patterns and messages in your dreams that can guide your spiritual journey. Another less talked about, but equally powerful aspect is the practice of gratitude. By honoring the beauty and magic of everyday life, we open our spiritual eye to perceive subtle miracles that have always occurred around us, but our mundane perception never captured. And this is where the wisdom of ancient traditions comes in. Take, for example, Egyptian wisdom. The ancient Egyptians revered the pineal gland and its potential. The Eye of Horus, a recurring symbol in Egyptian mythology, is a representation of the power of vision that transcends the physical. Scholars believe that many of the rituals and practices of the time, from meditation to the use of sacred plants, aimed precisely at the activation of this spiritual center. Speaking of plants, it is interesting to note that certain herbs and plants have traditionally been used to expand consciousness. A notable plant is ayahuasca, used by indigenous peoples of the Amazon in healing and revelation ceremonies. The drink, which combines chacrona and the Banisteriopsis caapi vine, is famous for inducing deep states of expanded consciousness and spiritual visions. However, I recommend caution. These methods should be approached with extreme respect and proper guidance, as they are powerful tools that, if misused, can cause more harm than good. Let's then move on to a fascinating example that illustrates the power of the third eye. In the 20th century, there was a yogi named Paramahansa Yogananda. He popularized Kriya Yoga in the West. Yogananda often spoke about the intuitive perception and spiritual vision that the third eye brings. In his autobiographical writings, he describes many examples of how this activation allowed him to perceive realities beyond common understanding, from reading thoughts to seeing future events. His book, Autobiography of a Yogi, is filled with these experiences that inspire us and give us clues about what is possible when this spiritual eye opens. Now you may be wondering, how do I know that my third eye is truly activated? A clear sign is increased intuition and discernment. Imagine walking into a room and immediately feeling the energy of the people around you, or making important decisions with an inner certainty that you are on the right path. It's like developing a new sense. Vision is not just physical, but intuitive. It is a deep knowing that transcends logic. Even with all these practices, it is crucial to maintain a balanced life. Awakening the third eye can result in an influx of information and energy that needs to be managed properly. Having a self-care routine with grounding practices such as walks in nature, physical exercises, and a balanced diet helps stabilize this growing energy. Let's also explore how different cultures have approached the concept of the spiritual eye in their traditions. In Taoism, the third eye is associated with the vision of qi, or qi, the vital energies that permeate the universe. Taoists practice internal energy exercises such as qigong to attune themselves to these invisible forces. They also use acupuncture points and massage to stimulate this area, enhancing sensory perception and spiritual connection. Returning to practical practices, consider incorporating visualization into your daily meditation. Active imagination can be a powerful tool for activating the third eye. Visualize a radiant light in the center of your forehead, expanding with each breath, illuminating your entire being with wisdom and clarity. As you advance on this journey, you may feel a sense of loneliness or even strangeness. It is not uncommon. After all, you are entering realms that most people do not explore. However, remember that the spiritual community is growing. You are not alone. Participating in meditation groups, spiritual retreats, or even online forums can provide support and inspiration. Incorporating the study of philosophical and spiritual texts reinforces the understanding of what you are experiencing. Books like the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali and Autobiography of a Yogi can offer guidance and context. These texts often resonate differently when the third eye is activated, revealing deeper layers of wisdom. Let's talk about practical results. How exactly does awakening the third eye transform your daily life? One example is problem solving. Imagine facing daily challenges with an intuitive clarity that seems magical. Issues that once caused anxiety can be viewed from a calm and resolute perspective. This is not just theory. It is the reality experienced by many who have trodden this path. As you explore this journey, you will realize that awakening the third eye is a continuous process. There are always new levels of perception to be reached, and each level brings a new depth of experience and understanding. In conclusion, I invite you to take the first step on this fascinating journey of self-discovery and spiritual expansion. Start with small daily practices, keep an open mind, and be patient with yourself. Awakening the spiritual eye is more than just acquiring a new skill. It is a profound transformation of being, connecting us to the universe on a deeper and more meaningful level. To those who have made it this far, my sincere gratitude. I am immensely honored to share this knowledge with you. Keep exploring, seeking, and expanding. The spiritual path is infinite and full of wonders. Until our next journey, may the light of your third eye illuminate every step of your way. Namaste.